Hello, and welcome to another developer stream here at World of Tanks. How you doing, Mr. Bam?
Wonderful. We've had I thought about this earlier today. I feel like we've gone a few streams now. We haven't had a chance to talk about our Chicago weather. We just got completely forgot.
The Chicago weather. Well, let me tell you about the Chicago weather. It got extremely nice one day. It was like 70 degrees out here, sunny, had to open all the windows, and then later at night I'm like, wait, what's that noise? And it's like hail hitting my window, and then there's like tornado sirens going off. Yeah. It was crazy. And then the very next day I saw snow. So There you go.
It's chilly today, but we're supposed to get up to the 70s, I think, this weekend. So
yeah, it's going back up. I think we're hitting spring. It's right around the corner. So
we're hitting all the seasons in just this week. That's how we do it around here.
Spring, winter, construction. You know how it goes.
Oh, really quick, shout out. I think we got a raid right at the start of the stream here. Thank you, Stevie Cakes. Really appreciate it. I think I have a feeling Stevie Cakes raids us like almost on a weekly basis. I think I take a note of that.
I see a couple people saying, I see a couple of people here saying, happy birthday, T-Bear. So happy birthday, T-Bear.
T-Bear, happy birthday.
But you know what, Bam? We're here to talk about everything tanks and tanks related. So why don't we go ahead and kick it off with what we had going on last week.
Absolutely. Well, we did finish the big anniversary community X events. So congratulations to everybody that participated in that. Be sure to log in before March 5th to claim all your rewards. We, of course, already gotten the M38 logo, and we had just completed the whole community op, and everyone should be receiving the T3488 along with 10-year anniversary emblems added to your accounts. And all you have to do is log in. So congrats all. We hit that 80, I think that was 80 million points, if I recall. And you guys did it in record timing, really.
You remember last week, Mr. Bam, I kept saying, come on, guys, we could do this community effort.
I knew we were going to do it. I think we accomplished it by Monday or Tuesday.
Right.
Like, it just took the single weekend, and we got it done. Oh, it was 85 million. Thank you. I was 5 million off.
It's close enough. What else do we got on the docket here, Mr. Bam?
All right. So, yes, that was our big anniversary, Big 10 event. And then along with our anniversary, we have various sales ongoing still. And just to note, these sales that I'll make mention, if you guys haven't seen them in the store already, in the store in various areas in the game, these sales will be coming down in the next Tuesday server restart. So please check out if you guys haven't done so already. We have Tank XP to free XP conversion sales. 1 gold can net you 40 free XP versus the standard of 1 to 25. Various cosmetics, including skin sales, up to 50% off. A lot of equipment that is discounted for 25% off. Various booster and consumable bundles. Researchable Tech Tree World War II tanks, 30% off. So if anyone's grinding and making some progress on your Tech Tree World War II lines, this is the time to do so. Again, ending on Tuesday. Various premium Tech Tree sales as well, with both the gold and free XP options. This is valid for both World War II and Cold War. And then, of course, premium time sales as well. Let's see. Then the King Dragon Earn Challenge. This is also going to be ending on Tuesday. So if you guys haven't gotten the King Dragon yourself or just want to get some of the rewards that come alongside it, you do have just through this weekend until Tuesday to pick up this glorious red and gold tank and add it to your collection before this Tuesday. Oh, not done yet. This has been a very strong start for the Year of the Dragon season here, but the MBTB unlock, the tier 10 tank. This was our free anniversary tank for those of you that have been with us for at least 7 years into the game. Please don't forget to claim this tank if you haven't done so already. Again, you just need to log in. If your account is over seven years or older, it will be automatically added to your account. For anyone else younger than 7 years, you will find it for various discounts in the store where you could pick it up if you so choose. You have until March 5th to claim the MBTB. And then everybody's favorite challenge up, String Theory, started this week as well. Very much almost like we planned it with the release of the Cold War Tech Tree line. Start stringing together those wins, and you can get the good returns on your tank XP. This will also, actually, I might need correction on this, KB. Is that also coming down on Tuesday? My theory is String Theory ends on Tuesday.
Let's see what you did there, Mr. Bam.
Up next, event modes. We are always talking about bringing more event game modes to you guys, whether it's just 7v7 team destruction, game modes like Toy Tank, or other wacky things. This week, we brought control mode back once more. This is a mode in which has multiple bases, it has respawn mechanics, and the goal of the control game mode is the first team to earn enough points will win the game for their team. Points are earned by of course, destroying tanks and capturing and holding bases over time. So this started on Tuesday and will be running until March 4th. 9:59 UTC time. The control game mode is set up for Cold War Era 2 only, with True Vision enabled, of course. It's a 10-minute match, 7v7, all tank classes applicable, as well as all affiliations. And we kind of created a small map rotation as well. So if you guys are looking forward to hitting maps like Azure Coast, the new community map release map that came out this season, Serene Coast, Nabelberg, and Overlord. We have all 4 of those maps in rotation. And then, as I mentioned before, also Respawn is enabled. And this control game mode event does have a challenge up tied to it where you can actually make progress toward your season. For every 2,000 XP that you earn in any given number of battles, you will net yourself 1 season point.
Awesome. I know it's definitely something that, it's been asked for in the past, so nice to see.
Yes. Okay, going down the list here. This Tuesday also introduced 2 new premium tanks that we announced last week, one for the World War II audience and one for the Cold War audience, of course. Introducing the brand new Object 259A. Here we have it on screen now. This is a Tier 8 Soviet heavy tank. The Object 259A, very much like a baby IS-7, featuring a heavily sloped piked nose. That works best when pointing directly at your enemy. Find positions to cover your lower hull to make the best use of its armor profile. It features a 122mm gun, featuring solid penetration and 420 alpha damage and a very fast shell velocity just on its standard rounds. And has the potential of reaching high top speeds to get yourself into those best positions quicker than most heavy tanks.
Awesome.
And then for our Cold War audience, of course, the new K tank also came out on Tuesday. This is an Era 2 Western Alliance medium tank equipped with a 152mm gun. And this Chrysler K tank shoots a devastatingly large shell that will remove quite the chunk of your enemy's health if you're able to penetrate them. This weapon can barrel... Oh, yes. So this tank also does not have a secondary weapon for its ATGM launcher, but can barrel launch ATGMs as a third ammo option for those that are skilled enough at guiding missiles on target for a nice beefy damage chunk reward. It might not be the most mobile tank, of course, and is a little bit more focused on providing its firepower support rather than a flanking role.
Awesome. I think that about wraps up what happened last week, right?
That is everything going on so far in the season and what we released just this past week.
Awesome. But Mr. Bam, what do we have for our players for next week to look forward to?
Well, it's funny. I think a lot of players saw this coming a little bit, and I see them asking about it and hinting about it into the chat. Let's just say your destiny is coming. It's time to tell you guys a little bit more about our Dune licensed collaboration content. Yes. We here at World of Tanks Modern Armor, we do have Dune content inbound, and here we are to talk about it now. To start, we have the Wind of Arrakis tank. Do we have a... There we go. This is a Tier 8 medium tank and does come with a very special visual effect that resembles more or less a blue shield around the tank anytime it is hit. It's a very spectacular visual effect into the game. It's a little bit eye-catching, but just a nice little touch to it. This is a special effect only and does not have any sort of like special armor or space armor effects applied to it. Purely visual cosmetic for a little bit of a Dune flavor put to the tank itself. Awesome. This is equipped with auto siege mechanics. It allows the tank to gain additional gun depression and elevation anytime that you are traveling below 15 kilometers per hour, and equipped with a large 120 millimeter gun. It fires slowly, but it hits hard, but also not quite as accurate when moving. You'll want to sit still when engaging to make the most of its gun depression and its accuracy. In addition to the Wind of Arrakis tank here, commanders are inbound as well. We have a set of 2D commanders and a 3D commander. Starting off first with our 2D sets, we have, here we go, Beast Raban, we got the Harkonnen Soldier, Gurney Halleck, Fremen Soldier, and the Sardaukar Warrior.
Awesome, looking good.
And last but not least, our new 3D commander joining the foray here, Beast Raban himself. Looking fantastic.
Fantastic.
Well, any IP collab is not going to be not complete without a good community challenge. Now that we're wrapping up the anniversary challenge, we have a new community challenge for you guys. This one will be split into a 3-part. The Adapt, the Rise, and the Revolt. Each completed stage will reward the player with a 15% off discount of the Wind of Arrakis. And these discounts will stack. So at the total, if you as a community at large can complete all 3 stages of this community op, the total discount at the end for the Wind of Arrakis could be 45% off. Collectively, as a community, you guys will need to earn 17.5 million points for each stage. Points can be earned by earning 25,000 silver in any given number of battles, playing a battle on a desert map, and then there's all various specific stage challenges, such as dealing 2,500 in total of damage dealt, assisted damage, blocking damage, or even doing some base capture points. Collectively, 2,500 points. Sorry, this is kind of the formatting of this is throwing me off. If you deal 2,500 or more damage, 2,500 assisted damage, 2,500 blocked damage, will also earn you points. And then general base capture points too. And in each stage, I know this is getting a little bit wordy here, trying to run through this. In each of the stages, the Adapt, Rise, and Revolt, they also come with their own rewards and goodies. In the Adapt stage, you can earn yourselves the Gurney Halleck 2D Commander, the Desert Takes the Week Inscription Cosmetic, and various other rewards and goodies. In the Rise stage, you can earn the Fremen Soldier Commander, a new Tank Sandworm Camouflage, which I don't think we don't have an asset for that, do we, to share?
No, we don't, but...
Okay, for next time. And of course, in the Rise, various other rewards and goodies to find as well. And then in the Revolt stage, you can earn the Harkonnen Emblem, the Sardaukar Warrior, the HMH Huntsman Centurion tank itself, and again, various other rewards. Sunshine Girl, Sandworm Garage Gear?
Seems like Sunshine Girl loves the garage gears.
Maybe. But there you have it, folks. Dune content inbound next Tuesday. Look forward to it. I think you guys all knew it was coming. I know you've been asking about it for a few weeks, and we had to keep it a little bit tight-lipped and hush-hush on it. So, Ricardo, a sandworm arty. Yes, we have sandworm arties coming in. Is that a tank firing sandworms, or is the sandworm firing tanks?
I would assume it'd be the arties like launching some type of projectile that's making the sandword come out under the enemies. Think about that.
Okay, now we're starting to get into like awesome Halloween Monster Mash mode abilities.
Right. Well, write it down, Mr. Bam. Put it in the books. That one's for free, Mr. Bam.
Gunny, does a 3D commander come with voice? No, neither the 3D or the 2D commanders this round have any sort of voiceovers. All right. So once more, yeah, stay tuned this Tuesday. Dune content coming to World of Tanks Modern Armor. Up next, next Friday is International Women's Day, March 8th. But starting on Tuesday, we are celebrating International Women's Day through the week with various bundles that you guys can get your hands on, including the Fighting Girlfriend T-34 with Maria Commander. They will be back in store along with two more bundles. The Girl Power bundle that includes the Phantom of Falun and Vasquez 3D Commanders. And the Ladies in Charge bundle. This includes Iris Amir and Laura Last Stand Levy and Leia Jaeger. To celebrate and kick off the International Women's Day for next week, we do have some giveaways. I think we'll start off by putting in the giveaway link here into the chat. We'll announce our giveaway winners toward the end of the stream, of course. 3 winners, and we're giving away 1 Fighting Girlfriend T-34, a Mary the Mechanic 3D Commander, and another winner will be receiving Vera Pravda Sarah, our other 3D Commander.
Awesome. Go ahead and enter that link and give us your Wargaming ID. And once you're entered, you're eligible for all of our giveaways today.
Wonderful. I might try to do a brief reminder for us to put that link one more time in there for any latecomers.
Sounds good.
By the time we get into the Q&As a little bit. Give everyone a chance here. All right. Oh, and the Tank of the Month, as now we are here in March. I actually was very surprised. I had to remind myself this morning when I woke up, like, oh God, we're no longer in February. Despite the fact it's leap year and we had 1 extra day in February, I couldn't believe we were already in March. But in any case, the Tank of the Month for March is the Tankz0rz RH. This will be a DLC bundle. You can find it in our DLC section of the stores, I believe starting on Tuesday.
I believe this brings us to our shout-out sections for the week.
Yeah, we have quite a few shout-outs to give today, so we'll... want to co-op with me on this a little bit, Tankz0rz? There's a lot of names that we got to read off here.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead.
Well, as per usual with our shout-outs, everyone that we add to our shout-outs column here, you will be receiving private war chests automatically added to your accounts.
Awesome.
Want me to take the first set and you take the Martyr set?
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Okay, for battle feats in the RU-251 with max kills dealt in a single battle, we have Olive Ops 36 achieving 12 kills in a single battle. Congratulations. Then we have AMOK80. I have to believe that's the way you pronounce it with all the dashes. With a max damage dealt of 10,046 in a single battle. Congratulations. We have Health Den with max combined assisted damage in a single battle of 13,705. Then we have Ghost Geon 66, max distance traveled. A nice fun one here. I like when we throw these in once in a while. 18,154 meters in a single battle. And then we have FCGBCED 17210, earning 2,470 XP in a single battle. Over to you, Tankz0rz.
Awesome. Next up in the Martyr 183, we have Captain Madness with max kills in a single battle of 9. Next up, Southern Teacher, we have max damage in a single battle 23,109. Next here is Marcus Simus, and they have max combined assisted damage in a single battle of 14,117. And lastly, we have Sammy Presser with max distance traveled in a single battle of 10,709 meters.
Excellent. I'm glad you caught on that our first user there for the Martyr, Captain Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I actually would have read that off letter by letter. I didn't, because they're all capitalized. I didn't pick up that there was actually, I would have been like CPT, MAD, anyway. Up next, let's get on to the medal showcase. These users who've earned various medals in the RU-251. Up first, we have Wellen 78,000 earning 29 Confederate medals. Then we have Lasco 1996 earning 13 high caliber medals. Ramses of War earning 20 sniper medals. Then we have Fig Jam 3305, who earned 3 Defender medals. Long Masiato earning 7 Evil Eye medals. And then 98E39, who earned 4 Warrior medals. Over to you, Tankz0rz.
Back in the Martyr 1A3, we have earning of 26 Confederate medals by Vera Tennis, earning 25 high caliber medals, Bones Neek and Ice Cold Killer. Earning 15 sniper medals is Dutch 1805 5197 2. Earning 4 defender medals is Nodar. Earning the Evil Eye medal is Keo 66. And earning 10 warrior medals is Adam 27 29 24. Congratulations. That is not all. We have a couple more to go through here.
Yes, sir. Our milestones, users who have made, who crested amazing numbers of battles into our game, of course. At the 100,000th battle mark here, we have Bomb 59 II. At 110,000 battles, we have BG 0815BG, as well as Hunter for Prometeo at 110,000 battles. Then 120,000 battles, Crazy Irish 64 and Disney Dad 111. And then at 130 battles, we have Hecht 1, Jersey Jerry 97, and Fistpack the Pack. I think I pronounced that right, maybe. And then want to take our last one here at the astounding 150,000.
150,000 battles. 150,000 battles. We have Wero PL and Lemmy 1968 512. Congratulations to all of you. That is a lot of battles.
That's a lot of battles. I think yes, congratulations to everybody. I had a smile as we were going through those because I see people in the chat. It was Tally Bum Bum when we were going over the people had made the max distance traveled. They had to be going an average speed of 72 kilometers an hour in a 15-minute match. I don't know how. Maybe they were just driving in circles.
So
they were taking the tourist.
Taking the scenic route, yeah.
The scenic routes, yeah.
Awesome. Either way, it's grand achievements for everyone there, and they'll be awarded their little war chests auto-magically, so congratulations to everyone. Up next here, we have our weekly Q&As. You ready for that, Mr. Bam?
Yes, sir. Ready to roll here. Oh, before we get started, can we throw the giveaway link just one more time? Again, just in case any late joiners came into the stream and want their chance to win some 3D Commanders for themselves for the International Women's Day. We do have an ongoing giveaway for your chance to win the Fighting Girlfriend T-34. Sorry, not all of them are commanders. One of them is a tank. It's a T-34. And then we have 2 3D commanders, Mary the Mechanic and Vera Pravda Sarah.
Awesome. Thank you very much, KB. Alrighty, let's see. Where do we start here? Right at the top. Question number 1. Can we get the option to turn off environmental effects in sniper view similar to grass, dust, smoke, fire, etc., as it could have a negative impact on frame rate and can make aiming a little bit difficult, especially for vehicles with high fire rate?
Quick answer to that is no. There's no plans to allow any sort of option to turn off any sort of environmental effects, whether it's grass, smoke, or etc. We must keep parity for gameplay balance purposes, regardless of what hardware version that it is on, as well as maintaining a level of polish for our environment art on the levels themselves. For those of you that have been with us for many years, might remember on the Xbox 360, and by the time we've launched onto Xbox One and the PS4, we had a lot of cross-play support, but the Xbox 360 at the time could not support a lot of the higher dense textures and objects in the environments themselves, and this did at the time create a little bit of a competitive edge if players were on the lower end hardware. But nowadays we keep parity so that there is no competitive edge between the hardware counterparts themselves. One last point to make though, because the question did say something in regards to frame rate and a negative impact on it. That is not the case. All of our maps are put through an automated performance test itself to meet benchmarks per platform. Our art teams go through a lot of adjustments to the assets, the materials, as well as the lighting to make sure that we always meet these performance benchmarks. And that's all I got on that one. Quick answer to that is no.
Alrighty. Next up here, we have another question from a user asking, can the armor angling commander skill and the advanced armor equipment be changed to each provide 5% HP buff rather than the current damage reduction? At the moment, it's impossible to tell if the enemy's using these, and it could lead to unpredictable outcomes.
Here's what I'll say. We'll consider it. We have a plan later this year to reevaluate some of the commander skills, seeing about which ones might, could use a little bit more benefits for the users that, maybe there's a lot of commander skills that generally go unused, and we want to see how can we improve those. So this is something that we can, I'll take this into consideration and let our team know. That was Decamps, apparently. Thank you, Decamp.
Next question here is asking, why do we see an increase in aggressive LOD usage and pop-ins of new assets on newer maps?
So really quick, LOD stands for level of detail, in case anyone didn't know. That is the case of, when you see certain assets at longer ranges versus closer ranges, the assets get in higher detail as you get closer. And for the most part, most games handle this in a very elegant way in which you don't even notice the pop-ins happen. To my awareness, what I will say, there has been, yes, a select number of, I think, assets and buildings that were newly added from our PC map imports that were missing certain LOD handling at their launch and have since then been addressed. If there are other LOD assets that are popping that you guys are noticing, please let us know. Write up a ticket. We would like to, this is something that we'll pass on to our E&V art team and they can investigate. Grolsch is saying Nabelberg is still spawning buildings later. So Nabelberg is the one that I was aware of, but maybe there's still an open ticket on that. I know we made a ticket for it. I'll just have to follow up on it. I have wrongly assumed it was fixed.
Alrighty. Next question here is, can the weekly challenges for the 40 games in TDs/lights and 40 games in mediums/heavies rotate instead of being the exact same challenge for many weeks in a row?
So I reached out to our events team on Live Ops. because this is something I would not know off the top of my head, of course. And thankfully, shout out to the events guys. The weekly challenges for the upcoming next season will be adjusted. And after double checking, we do not have any instance where the same ones will be occurring multiple weeks in a row.
Cool. Awesome. Next question here is, can we have the option to choose from different aim reticles? Maybe bring back some of the simple circles that we had in the past.
Just know this is on our minds. This comes up quite often. So we know this is something players want to see, and it is something we're actively discussing. No news at this time, but we are planning of how we can implement something like this in the future. Soon, TM.
Do we have any plans to implement any changes to change the way that some of the tanks behave? It seems that a lot of tanks are very accurate when they're on the move. Is there anything that we have on our radar for that?
On the radar currently, no, but we do acknowledge that, maybe there's something that we can do in terms of accuracy debuff a little bit while on the move, as well as the efficacy of auto aim. This is a conversation point I've had with some of the design, my design team itself, and we might see about what we can do in the future.
Next question here is, when are the Chinese rocket heavy tanks coming to the game?
No updates to share at this time.
Awesome.
Soon, TM.
Next question here is, hello. I would love to know if you have considered doing any community /vote / suggestions for the season theme for the year. For example, I would love to see a Viking themed season. The community will love to vote for it and maybe get some rewards.
It's an interesting idea in terms of like a season theme voted by the community. I can talk to the live ops team and the planning team as well. I'm going to go on a hunch that we're probably not going to open it up to votes, because we usually like to cater a lot of our internal plans of new content, new features, and align it with much of the season themes. Unless we are like really thinking way down the road, because on development side, we start providing and working toward a lot of the content we provide months in advance. But let's get back to the idea of just allowing the community to be more involved and vote on things. I mean, this is something we tried and we did with the community map initiative. And we do a lot of other challenge op related things. If you guys recall, with like the Warhammer, being able to choose your team, a little bit different, but I know you guys are asking more of like features and content that you can vote on and have more thematic things behind it. That is certainly something we can suggest and talk about. I would strongly insist that it won't be voting on the season itself, of course, but getting back to just more community votes and suggestions is something we want to get a little bit more stronger with that. But really quick, I do want to point out just your request of a Viking themed season. I am certainly going to pass that one over to the live ops team and planning. And who knows, that might be something fun and interesting into the game in the future.
Sounds awesome to me. I love it.
Goliath Games. Yeah. What about map votes at the beginning of matches? Very good question. In fact, that is something that we are talking about internally. Myself and Mr. SBG have some conversations on that ourselves.
Next question here is, do we have any plans to implement a ribbon system where the ribbons and medals could pop in, one by one, similar to how we had in the past? It seemed that it was very satisfying, and they would love to see it back in the game.
So yeah, we're talking about, for some context, if players are new that came in like at the Cold War launch, etc., we used to have a really good reward system when you get into your post-battle results, and you kind of get like bam, 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 chain of here's your medals, here's your ribbons. And I know right now we have it separated into its own kind of medal and accolades tab itself in the post-battle results. This is something that we are talking about with our user experience team and seeing what we can do about some updates to the post-battle result screen in and of itself. So we are aware, we are thinking on it. That's really all the news I can share at this time. But agreed, it was a very satisfying, rewarding experience.
You know what I liked about that system, Mr. Bam?
What's that?
I think it was the audio design. Because every time a
That
metal
too.
came in, it like stomped on the ground and went like boom, 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 boom. You know?
Yeah, there was a nice heavy
Mm-hmm.
drop. Those are heavy metals and ribbons.
Heavy metals.
Really quick, I got a follow up in regards to some of those LOD popping, especially on Nabelberg. Thank you, Max Chaos. They were, in fact, there was a ticket made and they were fixed in 8.6, but it looks like there was something else going on behind the scenes. And so while there has been something internally addressed about it, in the retail game, they were still broken and the popping is still happening. So there is a brand new ticket to resolve that. And it's looking like we'll probably see that resolved in the next season. Thank you, Max Chaos.
Let's see. Next question here. Do we have any plans to make garage slots a little bit cheaper?
No plans to change the pricing on the garage slots. As a matter of fact, the garage slots used to be strictly purchasable via gold only. It was a few years back that we decided to change this to allow for silver purchase, just to make it a little bit more accessible and help players grow and keep their tank collection. So no other changes other than that.
Next question here is saying, instead of giving the whole winning team multipliers for a win, can we reward the top 15 players instead? For example, still give the winning team a winning bonus, but even if the bonus if even with that bonus, someone on the losing team could still earn some more XP, they should be rewarded for they should be rewarded for people who are doing a little bit lower.
They're pretty high in the scoreboard, right, etc. Yeah, I mean, it will often happen even on the MVP screen. You can even most of the time you can expect the winning team is going to have the top 3 players from that team on there. But it is often you will see players from the defeat team visible on there as well, and even as the first place MVP player too. So yeah, the question in terms of can there be some extra permanent reward system, whether it's XP or other earnings, just for being up there? There is no actual plan or anything that we're going to do for another permanent rule of extra earnings because you're within the top 7 or top 15. But this is why we have our live ops team and events team who author all these challenge ops that are often tailored to exactly what you're asking about. Now, it's not, challenge ops come and go, so these aren't always a permanent thing, but this is to help kind of create that gameplay loop and excitement. Like, oh, okay, so now there's a challenge op where if I just make it into top 3 or top 7 XP earners just on my team, I get extra rewards for doing so.
Next question here is asking for a new feature here. They're asking, it'd be nice to see Commander voiceovers suggest to players to move over to this section of the map because they need, this flank needs support, like move over here. So just requesting for assistance.
It's something that's like given more map awareness, situational awareness of the entire map, right? It's at any given point, I mean, you guys know this best, of course. Everyone gets very I shouldn't say everyone, I'm sorry. At certain situations, you can get tunnel vision. You're very focused on your target or the objective at hand, but you lose sight of where the rest of the battle and flanks that might be falling back or something, or might be losing certain flanks, and you might need extra reinforcements in those areas.
Sounds like you're describing my gameplay, Mr. Ban.
Your kind of gameplay?
Yeah, I'm tunnel vision like this.
We're all a little bit tunnel vision, especially when we do this stuff on stream. But yeah, I get it. Like it can get very difficult, and people. A lot of you guys are very avid and active in the games, and you'll start pinging the grid, and you'll have people like fall back or follow me, etc. Like I know that's not enough sometimes. The good news is, while we don't have any sort of deliverable date on it, I just want to inform you guys that we are working with our AI engineering team and designing kind of an advice system. This is something that is not going to be a curated by players themselves, but maybe something that, like this question is suggesting, a way that informs players like, hey, you should probably move over into this position for a better advantage and take it, work a little bit better with your team because they're losing that front or something. So we are exploring these things and tactics to give to players internally right now. Like I said, no time frame, and it's just very much conceptual at this time. Goop Dog Drill, should I dust off my Connect?
Start doing hand signals.
Right?
Funny.
Would people like to bring back some like hand gestures to call out commands?
Oh no, Bam. Next thing you know, you're going to have to be doing like shell load-ins manually.
There might be something fun in that.
Everyone's going to be walking around with like super jacked arms. I like it. All right, let's see, Mr. Bam. Next question here before we get derailed. Can ammo and consumable costs be taken a look at for Cold War?
Okay, so we do have plans. This is in relation, I imagine, due to the Cold War economy adjustments that we did at the start of the season. We do have plans to adjust shell costs in a later season. This is an ongoing progress of work. We are still analyzing the current data as it comes through with the Cold War econ adjustments. And yes, there will be shell cost adjustments. We are actually in lockdown as we speak for the next season set of content. So the next season won't have the shell adjustments just yet, just to let you guys know, but we are still working toward it and being data informed to make sure that we adjust them accordingly. But you can expect that in the near future. On the side of the other part of the question in regards to consumable costs, there is no change coming to the consumable costs because that pricing that we have for it is the same, consistent rather, between both World War II and Cold War. So no changes on that front.
Awesome. Mr. Bam, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any plans to bring in any maps from PC this year? And why is it Safe Haven?
I love it when these questions come up. Like there's like, why is it going to be this one? Like, we're reading your emails. We know what's happening. We think it's going to be this. Here's what I'll say. We actually have 2 PC maps coming inbound later this year. No dates, no exacts to reveal at this time. I would be curious, and I know that whoever submitted this question might really like that map in particular, but I'm curious from you guys, what PC specific maps would you love to see come to the console? Which ones would excite you guys that maybe we should be thinking a little bit more strongly on? But in any case, there are 2 PC maps coming this year. One of them is actually a revamped map that had already existed on World of Tanks console and will be coming in with a fresh coat of paint, and another one will be brand new.
See a couple people saying
Studzianski from Avoid Bills.
That map, I love the song for that map. So it's a great song. Just saying.
I might have to look into that one.
If you haven't
Actually,
looked it
I'm
up,
not familiar.
Look it up.
Okay.
All
Jessica
right.
Cohn, would that be Province? Maybe. I see a lot of people asking for Live Oaks. Or Westfield 2. Anyway, yeah, more on that to come later this year.
Alrighty, let's see. Next question here. Can you implement a game mechanic for these external gun modules, such as on this new tank, if you shoot the gun during the reload, their loader dies?
What? Okay. What sadistic player submitted this question?
Similar to what I was talking about, you have to be, loading your shells manually. It's continuing the question here. It says, to me, it would only make sense considering how they would need to be, reload the cannon. So that's.
If we really wanted to go a very hardcore simi route with the game, maybe for like an event game mode. Maybe. Hey, interesting idea, but I think this would cause much more user frustration than satisfaction of this as a new game mechanic.
I mean, if we're playing that game, let's do a 5% chance that you load into the game and your tank doesn't turn on or something, you know?
Yeah, right. There's so many more. I mean, hey, we are an arcade experience. We lean into historical accuracy and a lot of very accurate models of the tanks themselves. But we have to find out, where do we say we keep close to reality versus keeping ourselves a fun game. That's
I think we got ourselves a game mode here. Just add all these ideas together. We have another one. 5% chance you hit a tree, your driver dies or something.
I was just reading Kellen's comment in there.
It's funny. All right, let's see. Next question here. Is there a plan
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'll read Petty's comment here too. Sit still too long, your tank stalls.
Yeah.
Go on, Tankz0rz. I'm sorry. These comments are funny.
Yeah, definitely. Is there a plan to fix marks of excellence on multi-barreled tanks like the M50 in Cold War? Currently, the marks do not appear at all on this tank.
This might be the first I'm hearing of this one specifically, so we'll get a ticket to investigate. So, thank you for bringing that up. I remember there was something. There was another tank where we had it was the dual barrels. I remember there was conversations of how we handle marks of excellences on the dual barrels themselves. So I'll have to revisit and see how we solved that and how that can apply with other tanks of multi-barrels.
Next question here. What is the next returning map coming back? Any hints? And why is it Wide Park? I'm just kidding. I added in the last part.
I was like, wait, I'm missing the question here. Okay, another map question. It came up while I was on stream with TKN a few weeks ago for the big 10-year anniversary. And I was like, okay, I know players get excited and want to always know new map content. The hint I gave at the time was it's a highly requested returning map. So stay tuned.
Awesome. And the next question here is not really a question, but we'll go with it anyways. We have this player saying this may not be the correct form for this, but a small reminder of appreciation for all the team and for everything that you do, and it brings all of us a great product. A lot of the time it may feel like you can't do right from wrong, but I appreciate the efforts made. World of Tanks will never be as perfect for most players. They always tend to look outwards rather than look within and how they can improve. It's been a great 10 years, 7 for me. They're a PlayStation player, and I look forward to another 10 going forward. Happy anniversary, and thank you all again. It's very thoughtful. Thank you very much for your kind words.
Okay, here comes the waterworks. Really appreciate it. Yeah, there was no question in there at all. So, really quick, this is very, I really appreciate that. I know Tankz0rz, you and I, as well as like TKN, we are often the devs and the teammates here for World of Tanks Modern Armor that receive a lot of not just questions, but feedback like this. While we do greatly appreciate this, I do have to also say, this has to go out to the rest of the studio and the team, because we are a team effort and everyone does a lot of due diligence and hard work to deliver what we do on a weekly basis here, right? So thank you so much. I really do appreciate the kind words.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Next question here. Is there any chance that you'll introduce some ranked events again? Some of the Xbox players would love to finally get the achievement related to ranked battles.
Well, we did talk about this a little bit, and we know ranked battles comes up a lot from the community and even in this chat itself. Hopefully you guys had a chance to try out our Lucky Sevens. This was our event mode we ran a couple weeks ago. Yes, it's not exactly a ranked battle mode, but it was set up by the live ops, and Max Chaos had a lot of involvement on this as well. With ranked battles, kind of a challenge, set of challenges and stage rewards and incentives akin to old ranked battles. And I think you, the players, really showcased a lot of interest in the Lucky Sevens and what we kind of brought to you guys during that week-long event. So you can certainly expect more event battles like that into the future. Ranked battles itself may or may not return into its original form, but we are trying to find ways to incorporate kind of the spirit of ranked battles in with our new event battles initiatives.
Sorry, I just read the next question ahead of time and started chuckling. Next question says, can you add the Lucky Cat statue with a waving animation? My wife saw the current Lucky Cat statue and she made a waving motion, and I said, sorry, it doesn't wave, and then she was terribly disappointed. So disappointed.
So disappointed. I passed this information on to Ngreeta himself, our systems designer behind most of the whole feature design of garage customization, and helps get the data moved along and communicating with all the other departments. We'll also make sure our team is aware for this consideration as well. Nick G himself says he thinks it's a great idea. We couldn't add motion to the current cat model since it's modeled after a single ceramic statue, but they could maybe create a new Lucky Cat into the future. So sorry to disappoint whoever's wife this was, but maybe in the future we'll have a Lucky Cat waving statue.
And then go ahead and write back into us, and let us know how approved, the new animation is.
Yes.
All right. I think we have a couple minutes for a couple more. Let's see. Next question here. I would love. One moment, please. I would love it if World of Tanks console had some unique lines similar to that of the Strum Tiger. So I propose to have 3 new tech trees. Candidates here that he suggests is French Super Heavies, Italian Super Heavies, and British Super Heavies.
So just more unique tech tree lines added into the game. Hey, we'll pass this along to production and the tank design to think on it a little bit more. I think I saw some people saying this into the chat. Aim for ace. That's you. Okay. Quick. I do find this funny because he does have ace out here as his signature. Too funny. I am familiar with your questions because you have a certain tag that you put on here. I'm like, who is submitting these? I noticed something very familiar. Like I said, we'll pass them along. One thing that got left out in this question, because you did also say about maybe some British super heavies, and he has in parentheses here a TOG tech tree line. Hey, I know conceptually, like, we all love the TOG, but is it really going to be that exciting to play?
Yes. Bam. Is this where we see the TOG 3?
The TOG 3?
Is this where it happens?
The TOG 1? The TOG 2? It starts at... The TOG 2 is a tier 6, right? So we'd have to start at a tier 5, maybe. So you got the TOG 1 at tier 5, TOG 2 at tier 6, TOG 3 tier 7.
Got it.
And a tier 10 TOG, sure. Really quick, I see KB's pinging me in the chat. People want to know what happened to the poster from Ngreeta. Maybe we'll share a picture of that next time. Let's just say it's hanging up in the actual office here in Chicago now. It's made it to the glorious wall of awesome art we have on our office walls.
Awesome. Let's see. Next question here. Now that the WZ 1224 has released with Composite Armor on the turret, is there any chance that the Type 59 Jaguar Black will get the turret update to include the composite armor as well?
So I sent this over to Plague, our senior level designer, vehicle designer on the team. This is unfortunately just a misconception. He actually thought this himself as well. When they sent the model back, our historians took another look, and after going through it, they verified that in fact the turret was actually heavily modified and doesn't have the extra layers. There are a few portions left on the turret, the Type 59 turret rather, but most of it had been replaced with steel small sections of composite armor. So it's not just layered on top of the complete Type 59 turret itself.
Good to know, good to know.
And I'm trying to, maybe the chat might point this out, because I'm not sure if we actually answered this one on a previous stream or not. I am actually blanking, so I apologize if these are duplicates. But go ahead, Tankz0rz.
Next question here. Can we have a PvE game mode that you can choose the difficulty in?
So we did talk, going back to the AI advice kind of system that we talked briefly on earlier. This was something that we also talked with our AI engineers on this in terms of having, like, how can we allow players to have more difficult bots to deal with in any given match, right? Just to make maybe even co-op mode a little bit more challenging to you guys. Right now, we do have something, I talked about this before as well, the combat efficacy system, where it can look at players based on how many battles that they have on their just their statistics. For newer players, a lot of our bots they have longer aim times, and they will prioritize veteran players over newer players. But we can also try to improve the efficacy system, maybe as an opt-in. If players want, a better challenge, we could have something where the bots are a little bit more aggressive or play a little bit more tactfully against those players. We, of course, would have to consider, if a player wants a greater challenge, I'm sure greater challenge should equal a good compensation and reward as well. Really quick, I want to, because Cypher, they prioritize veteran players in co-op mode, yes. In co-op mode, if you have more than 30 battles, then yes, bots will prioritize you. How are we on time?
Up to you. One more question, or is it giveaway time?
This one's kind of long.
It is a long one. That's why I'm asking.
Hit that, not that one. Skip that one. We'll do the next one here.
Then we'll
do Q&As.
Next question here. Will the classic combat interface be added to the game as previously promised?
Quick clarification, never promised, but it is being looked into. Because we know players are asking for, customizable HUD, old HUD features, customizable reticles. These are things I said it plenty of times before. And I'll be the first to say I don't like having to tell you guys soon TM or I don't have info to provide, but that is literal the fact. It's just I can't provide any details or specifics or dates at this time. So just know more details to come. You'll certainly hear it from us first, or from our articles or videos. When things are planned to come in, we will certainly let you guys know.
All righty. That leaves us for our giveaway for today, Mr. Bam.
All right.
Are you ready? And
are the players ready?
Are the players ready? Are you ready, chat? And for you, Mr. Bam, which giveaway are we starting with here?
Let's start with the commanders first. So our first winner, we'll do the 3D commander for Vera Pravda Sera.
All righty. So our lucky winner for the 3D commander of Vera Pravda Sera here is, drum roll please, we have Game Fury 27. Congratulations, Game Fury.
Congratulations.
Up next, what do we have, Mr. Bam?
Mary the Mechanic.
Mary
Who is
the
getting Mary
Mechanic.
the Mechanic?
Our lucky winner for Mary the Mechanic is Tankz0rz 2517. Congratulations. And our third and final winner for the Fighting Girlfriend T34 is none other than Gucci Mang Twitch. Congratulations, Gucci Mang Twitch. You are our winner for today.
Fantastic. Congratulations, all.
Round of applause. Congrats to everyone. Thank you very much. And I think that about wraps it up for us today, huh, Mr. Bam?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, everybody. Look forward. International Women's Day next week, as well as the Dune content. I know everyone's very excited about that. And a few other Dune surprises coming that we didn't talk about just yet, of course.
Awesome. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out with us today. If you're on Twitch, stick around and we'll go visit one of our community contributors streaming. For everyone else, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you on the battlefield rollout.
See you on the battlefield.
Bye-bye.